Have you ever wondered if Arnold Schwarzenegger actually got into a real fight with Hulk Hogan, who would win? Well, I have.
It's fight music!
I'm gonna determine who would win in a real street fight if these two giants in their prime actually fought toe-to-toe.
Round 1.
First into the fight is the 7-time Mr. Olympia winner, Arnold the Terminator Schwarzenegger. Now in his true prime, Arnold came in at 6'2" and weighed a straight solid 235 pounds. During his competitive bodybuilding career, he won his last Mr. Olympia competition when he was 28. So for this fight, I'm facing off 28-year-old Arnold when he was at the absolute height of his bodybuilding takeover. Now to really determine if this bodybuilding beast back in his day could have actually been able to hold his own in a real street fight, I'm going to be looking at 4 factors: his strength, his endurance, overall fighting abilities, and lastly his X factor. And I'm also going to be including his movie roles into his factors, even though he didn't do any of his iconic movies until his late 30s. But honestly, y'all, I don't even care. It's just going to make the fight even more doper, so stay with me. So y'all, starting off with how freaking strong this dude was, I can honestly say for damn sure I wouldn't want to try to keep up with his ass in the gym for real. Mr. Freeze Shrake Shred. Come on now, look at this guy's goddamn arms.
Oh my God!
Apparently Arnold had 22-inch biceps and would do up to 20 sets of bicep curls, heavy squats, and lunges, all in a single workout, which is straight fucking beast mode. The former Mr. Universe was known for his intense heavy lifting and high volume training, which he did for 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, which pretty much means this dude pushed his body to the absolute limit. And also supposedly my dude could bench press 500 pounds during his peak. But before everyone get all batshit crazy in the comments, that was never confirmed, y'all.
Fuck you, asshole.
But fuck it, I wouldn't be surprised if he could. Would you? Moving on to his massive ass muscly arms and shoulders, cause you know you gotta have some power if you're gonna throw a punch. This all-out commando did a variety of exercises, which I'm just gonna run down really quick for you, which are military presses, skull crushers, side lateral raises, cleaning presses, bent over lateral raises, and a shitload of barbell, preacher, and dumbbell curls. I mean, obviously. Now, if you weren't aware, being a good fighter relies heavily on you having a strong base, and what Schwarzenegger did to actually keep himself in ass-kicking shape were barbell squats, barbell lunges, leg presses, leg curls, calf raises, and leg extensions. So yeah, I think when it comes to Arnold being strong enough to be able to knock somebody the fuck out.
You want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
He got that covered. Now jumping into the fitness beast's endurance factor when he was in his prime. The Terminator himself trained twice a day, doing a bunch of cardio exercises. He actually honestly performed his cardio and endurance training just like a pro fighter would. He would run, cycle, swim, and jump rope, which actually helps to improve coordination and agility. Cause you know you gotta be able to move that big ass body around the ring easily if he gonna win this fight. I mean, he going against the Hulkster Hulk Hogan. And I definitely know he gonna be ready to kick some ass. Which actually brings me right into Arnie's real deal Holyfield factor, which is the bodybuilder's overall fighting abilities. Now from the facts that I found as a fighting experience or his fighting abilities, I mean whichever one you want to say, I couldn't confirm this fact, but supposedly my guy actually trained with boxing legend Muhammad Ali. He was also trained in martial arts and of course has experience in physical combat through his roles in action movies, of course. And check this out, and on top of that, his experience with weightlifting and bodybuilding should have also helped him develop body control and coordination, which are both useful skills in hand-to-hand combat and combat sports. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and Google it. All right, now this is where we're gonna start having some fun. We're about to hop into my favorite factor, which is
The X Factor.
This factor is basically anything else I feel like would determine the winner of the fight. Get ready for the rant. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger, without a doubt, was like literally one of the most iconic badass, ass-kicking action heroes in the 80s and 90s, and I dare someone to disagree with me. The only other two that come close is Van Damme and Stallone, but that's for another fight, y'all, so stay with me. Schwarzenegger is just, you know, like just known for being that badass, swole dude that'll fuck you up if you even try to step to him.
I ate green berets for breakfast.
And right now, I'm very hungry.
I mean, this dude fought the Predator, so you can mess with him if you want. But even though those are just movies and we talking about him being able to win in a real street fight, you gotta keep in mind my guy Arnold believes in the power of self-belief when it came to achieving his objectives. So that should tell you right there, Schwarzenegger would be willing to fight to the very end and would stop at nothing to win. Now make sure you don't go nowhere. You don't want to miss which massive titan will end up being the last man standing.
Round 2.
Coming into the fight swinging is the 6-time world heavyweight wrestling champion, Hollywood motherfucking Hulk Hogan. Now we're looking at the Hulkster's exact same 4 factors: his strength, his endurance, overall fight abilities, and X factor. Now at the top of his pro wrestling career, Hogan came in at a towering 6'7" and weighed as much as 275 to 300 fucking pounds. This dude was freaking massive. So the Hulkster's prime wrestling career was throughout his 30s and 40s, but for this fight I'm going to be cutting his prime age range in half, so the fight could be more precise, so I'm going to say that the Hulkster was 35 at the height of his wrestling takeover, and was at his most impressive size and strength. So for how freaking strong this massive giant was, he was very well known for his iconic 24-inch pythons, which are his biceps if you didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know?
But the actual size of them bad boys was never confirmed. But even if they weren't 24 inches, I'm still pretty damn sure he could knock a motherfucker out. Now during his pro wrestling career, Hogan worked out 6 days a week and reportedly would do hundreds of reps of push-ups and pull-ups. God damn. The fitness machine also developed a combination routine of heavyweight training and other forms of strength training exercises such as bench presses, squats, lunges, and deadlifts to build overall strength and muscle mass. So yeah, enough said. Moving on to the former heavyweight wrestling champion's endurance, even for a giant-ass dude that the Hulkster was, I would honestly say that he actually had some stamina.
Whoa, you move pretty fast for a big guy.
I mean, he knew how to move around the ring, obviously, but as far as his overall endurance, Hogan ran, cycled, and used a variety of equipment and techniques to improve his cardio, including stationary bikes, elliptical machines, and HIIT workouts. And you also honestly gotta keep in mind that you gotta have a damn good amount of endurance to be able to wrestle 300+ pound dudes. So yeah, his endurance sound pretty damn good to me. So I think it's safe to say it's time to move on to the Hulkster's nitty-gritty fighting ability. Now, let's just get one thing out of the way first. Wrestling is not actual fighting. I'm pretty sure you're all aware of that, and if not, I'm sorry I have to burst your bubble. But we're going off of facts here, people. Hulk Hogan is known for his success as a professional wrestler and does know his way around the ring. He doesn't have any formal training in martial arts or combat sports. However, wrestling does involve a tremendous amount of athleticism and physicality, and I do have to say that Hogan in his prime as a professional wrestler gave him a level of physical fitness and conditioning that's definitely useful when it comes down to him being able to scrap in a real street fight. I mean, Hulk back in the day was definitely the guy that you would not want to step to. Which now brings me to
The X Factor.
Alright, now, where do I start? Okay, alright, here we go. Alright. First off, let me say I rock with NWO Hogan hands down. Honestly, just because he had like that real serious biker gang thing going on when he was with the NWO. I just remember he used to always talk so much tough guy shit.
I'm gonna bust him up real bad.
And just start fights with motherfuckers. I mean, I know it's all for show and all, but I mean, dude's name was Hulk. Come on, unless your name is Thor or Thanos, you don't want to go toe to toe with Hulk, believe me.
God damn!
Now let's do this. The moment has come now, y'all, for these two battle-hardened heavyweights to straight slug it out and go blow for blow to see which one would actually make it outstanding. Now, let's fight! Standing over his beaten opponent is the rough and tough. Play no games. All or nothing. Fitness animal.
Finish him.
Hulk Hogan. Now I truly went back and forth on this one, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually had Arnold winning this one. Just because honestly looking at him, he looked like he would really fuck Hulk Hogan up. But that's just solely my opinion. To give you guys a quick breakdown on why I honestly think Hulk Hogan would have beat Schwarzenegger in a real straight no-holds-barred street fight is when comparing all of the factors, they were both pretty much evenly matched. Although Schwarzenegger was 7 years younger than Hogan was when they were both in their physical prime. And both of these motherfuckers were stupid strong and had good endurance. The main factor that I initially gave the win to Arnold at first was his experience with martial arts and combat training from his movies. Think about it, it's just as phony as Hogan's fighting abilities. That's when I really had to break this fight down. I have to say, if Schwarzenegger could just keep his distance and keep moving around and jabbing and throwing power punches here and there without tiring himself out, I do honestly really think he would win. I mean, of course I can't really say 100%, but I really do think if Arnold were to wear Hogan down to the point that he could slip in and go for that knockout blow, he could lay Hogan straight out. But, and of course, yeah, there's a but. If Hogan were to keep up with Arnold, which he should easily be able to do with his wrestling background, and just simply close the distance between them, which I also think he could definitely be able to do. I mean, shit, the amount of times this dude's been hit in the fucking face, I'd really like to think that he could take a punch, even if it is from the Terminator. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I'm pretty damn sure Hogan's been punched in the face way more times than Arnie has. But either way, if the Hulkster were to end up getting a hold of Schwarzenegger and was just able to body slam him or get him down to the ground somehow, and just use his massive size and weight and wrestling techniques to his advantage, it's a wrap. From that position, Hogan can just straight ground and pound, and I'd like to assume that the Hulk is just as strong as Schwarzenegger, so if Schwarzenegger did try to muscle his way out, the Hulk should be able to keep him down. I mean, this dude's a freaking professional wrestler, come on. But yeah, that's why I think Hulk will win in a real fight against Schwarzenegger. But y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you at the next fight.